The Warnborough College.
Today we have Jill Kiefer, who studied for an MA and a PhD in art history. So firstly, what attracted you to study with Warnborough back in 2001?
Okay, well, back at that time, I had recently graduated with my undergraduate degree, and I was preparing to move forward with the same university to continue my graduate work. I had already done some graduate work, and I had graduated magna cum laude with distinction. So I was serious about my research and my scholarship. However, the program I wanted to follow was eliminated. I was a full-fledged adult. I wasn't of college age. I had a home to maintain. I was taking care of my elderly mom. I was working full-time. And so to just pick up and move was not an option for me. So I was looking for distance learning. And of course, at that time, there really wasn't much. And what there was, to a large degree, were just degree mills. Pay X amount of dollars, get your degree. That is not what I wanted. And then I found Warnborough and had a number of conversations with Dr. Julian Ng about what I wanted to do and what Warnborough could offer. And so it was really through my relationship with him that I got involved with Warnborough, because I was able to meet my responsibilities and also conduct the research that I wanted to conduct.
What was your top 3 highlights of completing both your MA and your PhD?
Well, for me, it was the research that I had in mind was a bit outside of the box, and being able to not have to study according to a boilerplate was really a positive. That was a real asset for me. And I can't even begin to place a value on what I learned and what I got and where those studies took me. So that was, of course, a major highlight. Also, through Warnborough, I developed this incredible network of colleagues and great friends from all over the world. And it's just been wonderful. I never, ever would have been able to do that were it not for my association with Warnborough. And in fact, Julian and I together developed the International Arts Conference that really even brought more people into the fold. So that was a major highlight. Also, I was named Student of the Year by Warnborough when I earned my PhD for my work in curricular design and the development of research models. So that was a highlight as well.
That's amazing. Oh, it looks like you got quite a lot out of the course then. And I heard about the arts conference, which obviously still goes on today. It's really, really great. And can you give us some insight into your career since graduating and obtaining your PhD back in 2006?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have worked nonstop as an art history professor at the graduate level and for a number of lifelong learning institutions and programs. So there is absolutely no way that I could have even had my career without the education that I got and without the credentials that I earned. I'm also a teaching artist and a working artist, and my artwork and my approach to teaching art also is very much connected to my knowledge and understanding of art history. So yes, I have had an extremely busy career and it continues to this day.
Of course. So as you've experienced Warnborough from both the perspective of a student and a program director, how would you describe the quality of teaching, level and support and resources available to students?
Well, I think that it's all there. I mean, the teaching approach of Warnborough is based on the Oxford tutorial approach, which really means that you are working with students one-on-one or in small groups to really have discussions about what's being learned. And this paradigm really facilitates a strong development of critical thinking skills, which is something that sadly is lacking in a lot of education today. It enables people to really understand their own fields from an analytical basis and a conceptual basis. And equally as important, it enables individuals to realize why what they're doing, why their fields of study are relevant to other walks of life, to life itself. So this is extremely important. In terms of the level of support and resources, I mean, obviously there's a tremendous amount of research available, research, I put in quotations there, online. But through Warnborough, we can help you find out, well, what is legitimate research? What is just bogus? There's a lot of junk out there, obviously. And Warnborough is also able to introduce students to and gain them access to libraries, other institutions, sites, individuals that they might not have access to otherwise. For example, if a student is traveling, we can put the student in touch with people who will aid their research and help them in ways that wouldn't otherwise be available to them. So, that's extremely, extremely important. And so I also think that the fact that Warnborough personnel from the top right on down are all very accessible to students. If you want to have a conversation with the president of the college, you may do that, or with the vice president of the college, you may do that. If there's a personal problem, we will help you with it, work with you on it. And all of that is important because it really makes the students understand that they are part of something. They are part of a very, very mutually supportive community. And also Warnborough holds numerous events, both online and in person, which students are both, welcome and encouraged to participate in. And so, the community doesn't just end, for example, during a situation like COVID. We are there and we know how to do what we do.
Lastly, do you have any advice for students that are thinking of joining us?
Well, yes, I mean, Socrates said, know thyself, and that's very important. Getting completing your educational work through Warnborough is not at all a cakewalk. And sometimes people make the mistake of thinking that it is. You're going to have to work very hard. You're going to have to be highly self-motivated. And you should do research the college, research your field, find out what it is you want to do. But if you are a highly self-motivated person who wants to learn, who wants to fully explore your areas, then we are here for you. I think it's very, very interesting that COVID, alas, has put a lot of educational institutions in a position where they have to offer remote or hybrid learning. And of course, now many and most colleges offer some kind of an online program. But the truth is they're all struggling with it because they don't know how to do it. Warnborough knows how to do it. We've been around for nearly 50 years. Our wonderful anniversary will be coming up. And so you want to deal with an institution that knows what they are doing. Distance learning, remote learning, hybrid learning, these approaches are not easy. And it takes many, many years to learn how to do them properly. We've been through the learning process. And we're very, very happy to work with you as long as you're willing to work very hard.
The Warnborough College.